Did you know that Indian households are estimated to have the largest private holding of gold, 25,000 tons of it, valued at about 125 lakh crore rupees. Huge numbers. Clearly, Indians love gold for cultural reasons. But is this the only way to own gold? Not really. You can buy physical gold when you want to wear it and flaunt it. But there are two other common reasons to buy gold: for future use when there could be a wedding in the family, or as an investment option. Like many Indian fathers, Arun wants to start buying gold for his daughter Ria's wedding, which may happen after 10 years. If he buys necklaces and bangles now, I'm sure in future Ria would say, "Dad, these are not trendy, I can't wear them." But on the other hand, if he doesn't buy now and waits till 2030, gold prices may become 10,000 rupees per gram or even more, up from the current price of around 5,000 rupees per gram. Can't believe it? Take a look at the historical trend. Gold prices have risen steadily from 1,500 rupees per gram in 2010 to about 5,000 rupees per gram by 2020, which means the price has almost tripled in the last 10 years. Now Arun is worried and he can't decide. He knows he needs to start buying gold right now to lock in the price, but he doesn't want to be stuck with the old designs. That's when he finds out about sovereign gold bonds. Sovereign gold bonds, or SGBs. When you buy these, you are buying a certificate that shows you own the gold, but you don't get any physical gold. Breaking down the name, sovereign indicates it's backed by the government. Yes, these are issued by RBI, the Reserve Bank of India. The SGB certificate is a proxy for 24 karat pure gold. If gold price moves up by 10%, even your SGB will be worth 10% more. Since this is a gold bond, this also has the added benefit of 2.5% interest. SGBs are better than physical gold in many ways. No lockers for safekeeping in case of SGB, which is held in a demat form. No making charges and GST, which are at least 10 to 15% of the cost of jewelry. Purity is assured. You don't need to worry about going to a reputed jeweler as in case of jewelry. SGB is only a certificate which is backed by the RBI. Interest of 2.5% per year can be earned by owning SGBs, unlike gold ornaments which don't yield anything. Coming to the tax aspect, when you sell gold, you are liable to pay capital gains tax. But if SGBs are held for 8 years and redeemed at maturity, there is no tax on the capital gain. To understand exactly how the numbers look like in both cases, let's say Arun uses 50,000 rupees to buy a gold chain and uses another 50,000 rupees to buy 10 grams of gold through the SGB route. By spending 50,000 rupees on physical gold, he is able to get about 9 grams of gold worth 45,000 rupees. What about the balance 5,000? That goes away in GST and making charges. Generally, these are about 10 to 15% of the actual money spent on gold purchase. In case of SGB, by buying 50,000 worth of gold, you are actually getting 10 grams of gold. Now let us assume Arun wants to sell this in the year 2029 after a period of 8 years. So by selling physical gold at 10,000 rupees, he gets 90,000 rupees because he is selling 9 grams of gold. And the profit he makes is 40,000 rupees. In case of SGBs, he gets 1 lakh rupees because he is selling 10 grams of gold. And the profit is another additional 10k, which is 50,000 rupees. In addition, there is an interest of 2.5% per annum on SGBs. So on his initial investment of 50,000 rupees, he gets 1,250 rupees per year, which means for a period of 8 years, he is getting 10,000 rupees. Let's see the tax impact. In case of physical gold, there is a long-term capital gains tax that needs to be paid. This is working out to about 2,060 rupees based on an assumed value for indexed cost. In case of SGBs, there is no long-term capital gains tax. Only the interest has to be taxed. So let's say Arun is at the highest income tax bracket of about 30% and hence he needs to pay 30% tax on 10,000 rupees interest and pays 3,000 rupees as the tax. So the total gains post-tax for physical gold is about 38,000 rupees, whereas for SGBs it is about 57,000 rupees. You can see it's substantially higher. And if you compare the CAGR, physical gold is yielding about 7%, whereas SGB is yielding about 10%. So clearly SGB gives great returns, especially when held to maturity of 8 years. The only thing to keep in mind before one decides to buy SGBs is that it is more suitable for the long term. If you want to buy for the short term, remember that RBI will start repurchasing only from 5th year onwards. So what if you want to exit before that? You will have to sell through your demat account in the open market. And if you see, the trading volume is very low, which means there may not be enough buyers for the bonds that you want to sell. This means you may need to sell at a discount to the market price. So as you can see, from a long-term perspective, SGBs are a great way to invest in gold, which is a low-risk asset. You can see in the table here the upcoming dates when you can buy SGBs. Be sure to keep track of it if you want to buy sovereign gold bonds. The next issue opens from July 12th to 16th. Keep watching this channel to learn more about money, mindsets, and decision making. Thanks for watching.